this episode of Out in the Crowd with Mazz and O'DOWD, the podcast edition. I'm Anthony Mazzarelli, one of Cooper's co-CEOs.
And I'm Kevin O'Dowd, also co-CEO. But before we get started, we have to get the commercial, the housekeeping out of the way. Our goal with Out in the Crowd is to highlight all the great work and interesting stories about our team members here at Cooper. It's a way for us to highlight the important work being done by all departments, some of which might be behind the scenes, but are essential to operations and patient care.
I know I've enjoyed all the team members we've featured so far who are doing just amazing things at Cooper, but also things out in the community and who have all had really interesting personal experiences. So, for those of you wondering, hey, how can I get a guest spot Out in the Crowd, or how can I get someone I work with on? It's easy. Simply visit the links on the Pulse and Pulse Plus, or email outinthecrowd@cooperhealth.edu. You can nominate a coworker or even yourself, and a member of the team will reach out and get the ball rolling.
All right, so without further delay, let's dive into today's show. Really excited because this is the first guest we've had from this department. I'd like to welcome Gabe Suki, Manager, Patient Access Center of the Adult Health Institute, to the program. Welcome, Gabe, and start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and your journey here at Cooper.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you very much, Mazz. It's great to see you guys today. First off, this is my first podcast, so I just want to let you know that right off the bat.
You can't tell. You can't tell. You're a natural.
Not yet.
First one you're listening to, or your first one that you're appearing on?
First one live that I'm appearing on.
Love it.
With you guys. Thank you so much. So I wouldn't want to be anywhere else today, so thank you for having me. Before we get started, can I give a shout out to our amazing Patient Access Center team?
Do it.
Absolutely.
All right, so they do say teamwork makes the dream work, and we're all big one family that supports each other in everything we do. So I just want to say hello, Dr. Joven, Joshua, Carla, Youssef, Lisa, Amy, the Learning and Quality team, and our PAC managers, Sandy, Tracy, Jennifer, and Francine, and of course my Team 1 staff, Aileen, AJ, Alexis, Angie M, Angie R, Courtney, Ebony, Joyce, Michelle, Monet Urbina, Monet Foster, Neffy, Tracy, Brianna, Angie M, Rose, and Shelly, and my two new girls that are going to be joining us on Tuesday, Tatiana and Brenda.
This is the first person I think to do this. Hey, listen, if I'm behind the mic, I gotta give the shit out to all my team members. That's awesome.
Yeah, all in shout out. Love it.
So you say my Team 1 staff. Are you
Everybody.
sort of ranking them as number one, or are they actually labeled Team 1?
Team 1 is the best. So that's that's the way we go. That's how we roll. So we do have 5 teams in the PAC, which we'll talk about. So the entire PAC staff, so that's the other 4 teams. So we do have 5 total. And just wanted to say thank you very much, everybody, for everything that you do and everything that you're doing for all of our patients in our local communities, and of course for our Cooper team.
So Gabe, we're thrilled to have you on the program. So we'd love to, well, let me just ask you before I even get into it. You're into the kayaking, bass fishing, but the two at the same time. Explain to me what the South Jersey Kayak Bass Fishing Club is.
Yeah, so it was it's a club where it started as a couple of guys who said, "Do you like fishing?" "Yeah, I like fishing." "Do you like kayaking?" "Yeah, sure." So let's get together and do some kayaking and bass fishing. So that's kind of how it originated. Now it's a club of over 30 people, and it's very competitive. So, when I first saw my first episode of Out in the Crowd with Mazz and O'DOWD, I said, wow, these guys really get it. I said, they get it. I got to be on that show. I love it. I love the intro. I love the, you guys on the shuttle. It's fantastic. And lucky for both of you guys, we're doing this podcast in your office, because originally I said, wow, I think they might have to come out on the lake and we might have to do some bass fishing and kayaks.
Oh, look, we'll take a rain check on that, Gabe. We'd love to do that. So, but before we get to the fun stuff, let's back up a little bit. The work of the Patient Access Center is so vital to Cooper, and your team is responsible for much more than just scheduling. Your team literally is the heart of connecting patients to care and to the different physicians and the APPs and the care that they need. So tell us a little bit about exactly what you do.
Yeah, so that's exactly correct. Sure, thank you very much. So in the Patient Access Center, it's a very fast-paced, busy inbound call center from the time that we open in the morning, when the first calls come in around 8 o'clock, and then straight through till about 5 o'clock. So as of May 2022, We do have 111 total employees in the Patient Access Center, and we do support over 25 different calling queues, which are spread out across the 5 teams that I said earlier, and we're grouped by institute. So for our team, we do schedule for Adult Health Institute and Heart as well. Team 2 is Women and Children. Team 3 schedules for Radiology. Team 4 is for Bone and Joint and CNI. And Team 5 is for SSI Surgery. And we are located on the 2nd floor at the CCBO building in Camden. And we do schedule for a majority of our Cooper physicians and offices for registration, scheduling, and any other requests that our patients might need. And really in the PAC, we're connected with a number of our Cooper teams, which is it's fantastic. The people that we get to interact with on a daily basis. So the marketing department, billing, ABS, HR, IT, our hospital operators, and of course our principal 800 Cooper line, which is a major connection with our patients and all of our ambulatory offices, of course, as well. So we're connected to everybody. It's really a great place to be, to tell you the truth.
So Gabe, when we think about how the Cooper team responded during the pandemic, we often first think of nurses, doctors, other clinical staff. However, the reality is that every department, as you know, at Cooper, played an important role in the way we handled COVID here. Tell us about some of your department's experiences during COVID.
Yeah, definitely. As you know, it's impacted everybody in many different ways. Throughout the pandemic, especially from the very beginning, before it was even considered a pandemic, I can remember the very first COVID call that we had come into the PAC. One of my navigators, Corey Thorpe, he received the call, and he had the wherewithal to bring it to me, and it was a simple sick call. So the patient called in. They said they recently traveled to China, and they just returned, and now they had a fever and a cough. So we probed a little bit further, and we looked at Google Maps and to see what part of China that they visited. And sure enough, it was close to Wuhan, China, which was the name that we heard everything coming out of.
By the way, you're doing all this. There's no protocols yet, like it is now. This is so early in that this is basically, it's just there's news, and we're all sort of wondering what's going to happen and whether it's even going to hit us here in the States or how hard. And you guys just you're literally Googling to see, hey, is this history of travel something to be concerned about? Yeah, what happened next?
Exactly. So at that time, we definitely didn't have any protocols in place because it was new. We didn't know what that was. So, I raised the concern to our AVP, Carla Truel, and then actually I believe she called you directly, and I'm pretty sure she spoke with you that day. And then within minutes, we had the start of several new COVID protocols in place for the PAC. And of course, that changed rapidly over the next several days and weeks, of course, and sometimes often several times a day, just to try to keep everyone safe as we receive new information about it.
And I think that's what I think about the Patient Access Center. You're constantly adjusting protocols. It's what the physicians, the AVPs, it's what kind of patients and how should they see patients, and you're always adjusting to fit that.
That's exactly correct. So we do have to be nimble, right? We have to be able to be adaptable and adjust the protocols and processes appropriately to change with what's happening at the time.
So everything you just highlighted is so vital for Cooper and those that we serve. So even throughout the pandemic, patients still needed all types of care. So it's really reassuring to know that you and your team were behind the scenes kind of making this all happen. So thank you for all you do here at Cooper and those on your team.
Absolutely.
Not just team one, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, all five
All
teams.
5 across the board.
Yeah.
All right, Gabe, you know what time it is, right? Because you're not only a first-time, but long-time listener to the podcast. Big fan. But now's where we change it up. And because you're a big fan, you know that. We take the liberty, once you agree to be on this show, to let us have access to your family members, access to your friends, access to anybody that can give us information on you. And so we went deep, as we always do. And we're going to go past the easy stuff. The easy stuff is the fact that although we didn't know each other, you and I grew up in the same hometown. We escaped North Jersey, and we are so far successfully become South Jersey folks, a new life in South Jersey. That's easy. That's off the table. What some of your family members said, you know what? if you can get Gabe going, if you can get him on a roll, have him tell the Blue Calypso story. And I was like, there's no way we'll be able to do that, but you're on the spot here, Gabe.
Yep, got to do it.
Are you gonna step up and tell the audience the Blue Calypso story?
All right, I think I can give it a shot.
All right, let's do it.
So, yeah, I don't know how you dug that one up, but here we go. So, I guess my mom would come down. We lost my father. He passed about four years ago. Today would have actually been my parents' 50th anniversary. So it's ironic. It's amazing how things kind of work out, right? So, you know, we're thinking about him, of course. But my mom, so she would come down and spend some time with us and visit the grandkids. We now have 3 boys, and she really doesn't drink at all, really. So, you know, she might have the occasional Blue Seagram's Calypso, which I don't even know if that's considered alcohol, but I think it is.
I don't know what that is. I think that's the kind of thing Kevin drinks. He does Zima. That's like his big thing. Calypso sounds similar, right?
Yeah, well, growing up in North Jersey, was Blue Calypso everywhere. But, you know, as Gabe can appreciate, you evolve. And you go Zima, you go whatever's available. You can't be so picky. You know, the North Jersey guys are picky. It's got to be Blue Calypso.
But that's her drink, the occasional Seagram's Blue Calypso.
That's right. So that's what that's what I always thought she said, and that's what my father always got for her. So she would occasionally drink one of those, and you know, I'd get her a 4-pack, and then she would drink one, and then we'd be left. Once she goes back home, we'd be left with a 3-pack of Blue Calypsos in the fridge. And so the last time she came down, which was a few months ago, I stopped by, picked up some authentic Mexican food from a place called Neary's. I don't know if you're ever in the Clayton or Franklinville area, but Franklinville Inn, fantastic place. Lake House right next door, not too far away. It's also excellent. And Neary's Cafe is good too, just in case.
2 plugs, Gabe.
Yep.
Nice work. Nice work. I like it.
Got them in there. So if you're ever in that area, you got to try that out. But so we're having enchiladas. We're having Neary's, and my mother's having her burrito, and she's just raving about how good this short rib burrito is. She said, I never had one this good before. And I said, all right, Mom, would you like a drink? And she said, yeah, a glass of water would be fine. I said, all right, so get her a glass of water, and I made her a margarita. And then I put both of them in front of her, and I didn't say anything. I just put them right there. And she starts drinking the margarita before the water. And before you know it, she's telling me what a great margarita this is and how much she loves margaritas with this meal. And I said, Mom, wait a second. You always said that you like the Blue Calypsos. She said, no, not really. Your father would always buy them for me, and that's the drink that he thought that I liked. She said, I'm not a big fan of the Blue Calypsos, but this margarita, it goes perfectly with this burrito. Can you make me another one?
So there's a lesson there, right?
Absolutely. So it really reminded me to ask questions, see what people need. You know, it goes beyond the Blue Calypso story. Just see what they need, see what they want. Ask questions and listen. You know, listen. Take the time to listen to those answers. Definitely laugh a little. You know, and enjoy all the time that you have with your family and loved ones, because it does go quick. Kind of like this podcast, it goes very quick.
Well, I have to tell you that neither Kevin nor I golf. We're not golfers.
Correct.
But it's my understanding that not only are you a golfer, but you have a pretty extraordinary once-in-a-lifetime thing that happened. Let's hear it.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So I do love golf. Anytime I can be out on the golf course, it's a great day. You know, it's humbling. It can be frustrating, but you know, on a beautiful day like today, it can be very rewarding and challenging too. So maybe if we don't get to go kayak and bass fishing, maybe we can go golfing one day, and maybe you know, get you guys into that.
I don't know.
Mini golf, is that on the
Yeah.
table, or is it?
Yeah.
That will do. That
You're
will
on. You're on there.
Right, my boys versus your team. Okay, right. Here we
First
go.
me and Mazz. All right.
Yeah.
That's right. Right, you too. All right. But
So what was the once-in-a-lifetime special thing that happened? Because we talked about your mom,
Yeah.
but since it's the 50th anniversary, to think it's on our mind, what's the story that happened with your dad?
absolutely. Thank you. Thanks, Mazz. So, you know, you've heard of you've done scratch off tickets before, right?
Sure.
New Jersey.
Never win. Never win.
And me neither, right? So that was the point. We have it's a second chance drawing for the New Jersey lottery. They had a thing called Go for the Green. So if you lose on 3 tickets, you enter them, and you have a chance for a second chance drawing. So, I do believe that I'm a lucky individual. I believe that it could be my perpetual optimism, the fact that I'm a diehard Bears fan and always believe they're going to go this year, and then they just let us down terribly, or that I was born on my mother's birthday on July 1st. So we do share that bond. But I remember coming home from work one day, and my wife said, "Sit down." I said, "Uh-oh." What happened? What's going on? And she said, "I just got off the phone with somebody." I said, "Okay." And she let me know, she said, "Where would you like to go? TPC in Florida, TPC in Arizona, or Pebble Beach?" I said, "You've got to be kidding me, right? That's got to be a prank call, right?" She said, No, here, call him back. Here's the number." So I called him back, and long story short, I did win the grand prize to golf in a once-in-a-lifetime vacation package to Pebble Beach, Spyglass Hill, and the links at Spanish Bay, which are all amazing golf courses. And my wife didn't golf at the time. She does now. She did right after that trip. And my father got me into golf when I was a lot younger. So I asked him to go, and he didn't fly at the time, but he said, I will for that trip. Yeah, let's go, And it was an amazing trip. We got to stay at the Phil Mickelson Suite, which was right on the 18th green at Pebble Beach. It's right next to Monterey Bay. It was absolutely beautiful. And it was a week-long trip, golf trip of a lifetime that we got to experience together. So
That's a great story.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, Gabe, we really appreciate you being here. Everything that you and your teammates do is so important over at the Patient Access Center. And thanks for being our guest here on Out in the Crowd.
You're the best. Thank you so much, Mazz. I appreciate you. And thank you very much, Kevin.
Absolutely. Thanks, Gabe.